CDU, laut Sonntagsumfrage, kommt wieder voran in die Umfrage. Also sie sind jetzt auf 27% angeblich. Und wenn das stimmt, ist das ein ganz schlechtes Zeichen. Right. That is a bad sign if that's true. Now, first of all, I want to tell you guys, polls, also Umfrage, polls, how can they really be trusted? You know what I mean? Who are they asking? How many people are they asking? In what areas of the country are they asking them? I can't imagine that polls can really be representative of what an entire country is thinking. It's basically tea leaf reading or guesswork, and sometimes they get close, and other times they bomb. Remember when the polls here in Germany showed that Kamala Harris was going to rip Donald Trump a new asshole in the fucking election, and she got her ass handed to her, right? The same thing applies to a bunch of other stuff, right? So we can't really trust the polls too much because usually they're bullshit, okay? Again, it's guesswork. It's like climate change ideology. It's like, well, we're going to put into a computer model a bunch of data. We're going to leave a bunch of data out, and then it's going to tell us what it thinks is going to happen in 100 years with the temperature. And like I always say, these motherfuckers can't even tell us what the temperature is going to be for 2 weeks from now. So 100 years from now seems a little bit far-fetched to me. But that's the kind of the same way polls work, right? It's guessing. But just in case they're right, and the CDU is regaining momentum in the polls, which means, translated, the German people are starting to gain more trust in the CDU. Why would that be? You know what I mean? Why would that be? What has the CDU accomplished since the election? I mean, pretty much nothing. They've accomplished making clear to their voters that what they say they're going to do when they get elected is not what they're going to do. They've made clear to their voters that left-wing politics is not only not gone, it's like leading the country, right? It's basically accomplished almost nothing. I mean, pretty much nothing. The only person within the CDU that has accomplished anything or seems like they want to accomplish something is Alexander Dobrindt. Yeah, because he is trying his damnedest to single-handedly, apparently, fix the immigration policies in this country, but he is going to fail, right? And I think that's why the people are apparently, according to the polls, the people are regaining trust in the CDU, is because of Alexander Dobrindt, because he is the only one that is actually doing something for Germany, or at least trying to, right? But people, if you now have looked at this very, very meager accomplishment, right, which is they want to, all they've done is put in more border controls, but they haven't really stopped the amount of people coming in the country. And as we all know, once these people are here, legal or illegal, there's almost no getting rid of them again. Right, but they're going to come through the woods. They're going to come over other border crossings where there aren't controls. There's no fence around Germany. There's not enough guards. There's not enough police in Germany to guard the whole border. There's no drone guarding of the border. There's nothing. Just these checkpoints at the major border crossings, and that's it. And even then, they say they're sending people back, but those people getting sent back, they just come in another way then. Or they file a lawsuit thanks to some NGO that we're paying for with our tax money, and then get to legally stay in the country. So for Alexander Dobrindt, he's never going to be able to get anything done unless he has more people on his side. And he doesn't even have the majority of his own party on his side, right? He's got the European laws against him. He's got the left against him. He's got the SPD against him, which are basically running the government, right? Friedrich Merz is only the chancellor in face only. He's like, you know, the guy they put on TV, but really the SPD is the boss, because they pulled fucking Friedrich Merz's pants down during the negotiations and got everything they wanted, and Friedrich Merz got nothing that he wanted and can now not commit to any of the promises he made before the election, which makes me wonder if these polls are really true. Is it really, German people? Let me ask you all something. Is it true that this little bit of effort with barely any results by one guy in the CDU party, that has now made you guys go, oh, great, well, the CDU is doing a great job. I think I believe in them again. Is that all it takes? Because it's no wonder that these people have been in to stay in power for all these years. If that's all it takes to impress you people. Listen, even Donald Trump in the States, which I'm a major Trump fan, right? And I don't want to criticize the guy unless I have to. But for me, only results count. If Donald Trump cannot do what he is setting out to do for America in his 4 years, then the term was a failure. As much as I like the guy, think he's hilarious, think he's the only guy in America that can actually really make the country reform as a president. But it's going to be results-based, right? And up till now, Trump has delivered a lot of results, but the people within his administration are lacking in result-giving. Let's be honest. Anyway, that's not what this is about. So the fact is, you can't keep giving your support, your trust, and your loyalty to a party because one guy in the party tries to do something that isn't working, right? Optically, it looks okay. It's like, oh my God, look, there's major traffic jams in Poland and you can't get across the border anymore without waiting for 4 hours in a completely hog-tied city. You know what I'm saying? So that gives the impression that something is being done. Well, they must be checking pretty well if it takes 4 hours to get out of the city. In Slibica, I think, in Poland, right? So it's theater. What Alexander Dobrin is doing is he's trying to do what he can, but all he can really deliver is theater. That's not his fault. That's not his fault. You know what I'm saying? He may have his, mind in the right place, his heart in the right place. He may be ready to go, right? He really may be ready to go, and that it's not his fault that this is not working, and he's got a lot of things that he's got to work against or fight against in order to get this done. But the fact is, there's no fence around Germany. So no matter how many people he sends back, right, they're going to come back into Germany. And once they're here, they're going to get put in the social system. They're going to get Bürgergeld. They're going to be able to not work forever. Their kids are going to be able to terrorize the schools. Nobody has to learn German. The whole fucking shit's just going to stay the same as it is now. So please, people, if the CDU has a result-based term in office, right, which means that they give results, right, that they actually accomplish things, then you can say, oh wow, they did a good job, let's vote for them again. Then you can say that they are worth giving your loyalty, your trust, and your support for. Only then, right? Not now. You know what I mean? Not now. Not now while they haven't done anything. They haven't accomplished anything. Like I said, the only thing they've been able to do is basically lie their way into the chancellorship, and they've gotten away with that, which is amazing to me. That's utterly astounding to me. It really is. And now I see that in the polls, they are creeping up to almost 30%. And I'm wondering to myself, maybe I missed something, right? Maybe I missed something. Maybe I didn't get what they were trying to do, But what did I miss? What great accomplishment have they achieved? Because again, Alexander Dobrindt seems to be one of the few good guys we've got. You know what I'm saying? Right now in our political sphere here in Germany, right? One of the only ones, except for the AfD, right? But they're not really in power again. They should be, but they're not. That's how democratic Germany is, right? That's how democratic Germany is. So remember that, people. So guys, look, let's remember here. Just because things look like they're being done doesn't mean that anything's getting done. Results is what counts, right? How many people do you think are getting sent back at these borders every day? All right? They're getting sent back every day, but in the meantime, the CDU is allowing plane loads of 2,500 Afghani Ortskräfte to come into the country. Right? So it's not doing anything. So this is not an accomplishment. People, this is why, it's exactly for this reason that the CDU is now in power, is because the people continue to allow themselves to get bamboozled by these fucking liars. Okay? For Germans, apparently, political theater and promises and a whole bunch of no results is enough. Talk is enough. You know what I'm saying? But it should be actions that count. Actions. Don't let these politicians get away with bullshit talk. Grade them on their actions only. What they say doesn't matter. And I feel sorry for Alexander Dobrin, because I feel like, my personal feeling is he's trying to do something. But it's a David against Goliath type thing. He's by himself, essentially. You know what I mean? So, I feel sorry for him, but feeling sorry for him is not enough to later on vote for his party or give my trust or support to anyone in his party. You know what I'm saying? That's the emotional reaction that German people have. Is, oh my God, I feel sorry for him, so I'll vote for his party and let the party destroy the country even further. That's how we got here, people. Wake the fuck up. It's unreal. It's unreal that there's still people in this country that are on the fence about who they're going to vote for next time. It should be obvious, right? Unless the CDU and SPD coalition that is now in power pulls off some sort of absolute miracle in Germany, they get the economy to such a level that people are rich again, that a single income can support a whole family, and you get 2 cars and go on vacation the way it used to be. Do you think they're going to be able to deliver that? I don't. Do you think there's going to be a real change in the immigration policy in this country? I don't. But let's assume they do any one of those things. Then there's grounds to say, oh, well, maybe we should give them another shot. But guys, it's obvious that the AfD is the only party in this country at this moment. They're the only ones that are going to deliver or attempt to deliver on any of these things. They're the only ones that are going to go to the mat for the people of this country. I believe that. If they don't, right, and if they can't or they won't or they will not, then I think Germany is just lost. It's lost. Because these people are incapable, inept, unaccomplished, and unable to solve these problems. The AfD seems to me like the only ones that are in a position to lead this country out of this fucking mess it's been led into by all of these establishment politicians that you guys voted back into office after they destroyed the country for the last 30 years. It's mind-blowing. It's like you guys have Stockholm syndrome and shit. You know what I'm saying? In every other country, right? People are like, we're done. We're going to vote for Trump. We're going to vote for Orban. We're going to vote for Marine Le Pen. We're going to vote for Geert Wilders. We're going to vote for the guy in Romania. All over the world, wherever there was leftist mania, leftist politics, leftist ideology, everybody, all the citizens of those countries are saying, we have fucking had enough of this bullshit. And in Germany, the CDU goes up in the polls. It's unreal. It's unreal. Now, I'm still assuming that the polls are inaccurate. I think that the polls are used by the leftist propaganda media in order to push or nudge Germans in a certain direction. The polls are saying, oh, look, Germany, the CDU's doing pretty well. Okay, don't worry. Don't worry about all the lies that he told you about to get into the chancellorship. Don't worry about the new debts they've taken on. Don't worry, guys. Look at what the rest of the country thinks of the CDU, and you should think that way too. That's what the polls are doing. But if they're not, And they're right. And German people are already going, oh, wow, look at the CDU. Let's follow them. Then we're in a world of trouble. You know, world of trouble. Just something to think about, people. Either way, have an awesome day. It's Monday. No, it isn't. It's Wednesday. Fuck. See? Being a truck driver fucks your days up, guys. It's Wednesday, the 11th of June, 2025. This was the Insanity Report for Germany for today. Remember to share, like, follow, subscribe, etc. That helps me out to get my message out to other people. All right, everybody, take it easy. We'll see you tomorrow.